We're back for video 3.5 part B, and we're going to talk about a couple more examples here. In this case, we're writing the equation of the line passing to the point 3 comma negative 4 that is perpendicular, meaning crossing at a right angle to the line B. So this in slope-intercept form is that, so we can tell that this line has a slope of negative 1/2. Thus, a perpendicular line will have a slope of the negative reciprocal of that. So I'm going to flip it over and take the negative of a negative, which is a positive, so we get a slope of 2 for the perpendicular line. So now we have a point, and a slope. So I will use the point-slope formula. It is possible to do this with the slope-intercept form of a line, but I prefer the point-slope formula. So now I'm going to substitute some numbers in here. 3, so these are x comma y, ordered pairs. So I'll stick 3 in for x and negative 4 in for y, and I'll copy the rest down. I think I'll substitute my new slope of 2 in there also. And now I can go ahead and simplify this. I personally like to change subtraction to addition, take the opposite of the number that follows. That way I don't lose signs. And now I can come through and go y plus 4 is equal to 2x. 2 times the negative 3 gives me negative plus negative 6. And now I will subtract 4 from each side, giving me y is equal to 2x minus 10. Negative 6 plus a negative 4 is a negative 2, or minus 10. Now, you could have theoretically left it back in point-slope formula. Often it's done that way. But most of the time in algebra and geometry, we like to convert the slope-intercept form so we all have similar looking answers. Let's go to look at the next example here. This one, they're asking us to compare the cost of television installed at your home. So the question is, right here, what is the meaning of the slope? Well, let's calculate the slope first. I'll pick 2 points. I'm going to rise 40, 80, positive 80. And I'm going to run positive 2 months. So my slope is 80 over 2, and that's in dollars per month. So that will give me $40 per month. So it's the actual, the monthly cost. That's what the slope is, or the rate of renting, of watching TV. And then they ask us, what is that y-intercept, or b? That's this value here. So at time 0, it costs $80. So we have a y-intercept of 80, so this is your initial cost. And now we can go ahead and write an equation. We'll use the slope-intercept form since we have the slope and the y-intercept. And I'm going to change variables. I'm going to use a c for my y and m for my month. So c equals, my slope is 40 times the number of months plus the initial cost, which is my y-intercept of 80. So there's an equation. If I wanted to watch it for 11 months, I could go c is equal to 40 times 11 plus 80, and I get 440 plus 80 is $520 to have TV for 11 months. Example 5 here, they're asking us to go ahead and graph this equation. Anytime I see equations in standard form, I think of graphing with the intercept method. So I have the x-intercept and the y-intercept. So I draw my axes, x-axis, y-axis, and x-intercept is where it crosses the x-axis, and where it crosses the x-axis, it hasn't moved up or down, so my y value is going to be 0. When y is 0, that 3 times 0 makes that disappear, giving me 2x equals negative 12, or x equals negative 6 when I divide both sides by 2. And then, to find my y-intercept, it's where it crosses the y-axis. I notice it doesn't move left or right, so x will be equal to 0. So 2 times 0 is 0, makes that disappear, giving us negative 3y equals negative 12. Divide by negative 3, and I get y is equal to